Ladies and gentlemen, the current state of affairs in the Amhara region, specifically in Gojam, demands our attention as intense and protracted fighting ensues between the Ethiopian National Defense Force, ENDF, and the Amhara Fano forces. The latest updates we have received shed light on the dynamic and complex nature of the conflict, particularly in key areas such as Quarit town. Gojam is currently a focal point of the ongoing hostilities, marked by both intense and sporadic gunfire across multiple areas. Notably, the ENDF has been persistent in its attempts to capture Quarit town, employing a diverse array of resources including drones, tanks, artillery, mortars, and Zu-23 guns. Despite these efforts, the strategic importance of Quarit remains evident, positioned at a critical juncture of several towns and major roads. Its central location makes it a pivotal point for both controlling and launching attacks, providing strategic and tactical flexibility for military operations. Fano forces have maintained a consistent presence in the region, with Gojam town below Quarit serving as one of their key bases. The strategic significance of Quarit extends beyond its immediate location, acting as a crucial launching pad for counterattacks and offensive operations throughout the Gojam region. This flexibility empowers military forces to effectively target and engage towns within the region, contributing to the intensity of the conflict. Fano forces, strategically positioned, have executed ambushes and harassment operations against ENDF convoys and soldiers in various towns, heightening the vulnerability of these military operations. Convoys departing from Bahir Dar have been particularly susceptible to these ambushes, resulting in elevated ENDF casualties in Gojam compared to other regions within the Amhara region. Adding to the complexity, the persistent pressure exerted by Fano forces in southern Gondar has effectively sandwiched the ENDF between two Amhara regions, complicating their operational challenges and limiting their strategic options. Moving to specific incidents, in a raid on the Mota to Gojam Road in central Gojam, Fano forces reportedly ambushed an NDF convoy, resulting in heavy losses for the NDF, with military vehicles destroyed by Amhara Fano. Meanwhile, in Amba Ketama, a netted country situated in Gojam, intense fighting has erupted between the NDF and Amhara Fano forces, with no immediate reports of casualties. In Addis Alam, Gojam, located in Gojam, intense fighting has persisted since yesterday, with Fano forces claiming heavy losses inflicted upon the ENDF. Finally, in Finote Slim, also situated in Gojam, reports have emerged of intense overnight fighting between the ENDF and Amhara Fano forces, with both sides sustaining heavy losses. The situation in Gojam remains fluid and highly volatile, with the conflict unfolding on multiple fronts. The unfolding events in Ethiopia, particularly the reported final peace negotiations between the Ethiopian government and the Oromo Liberation Army, OLA, raise crucial questions about the nature of this engagement. Is it a genuine pursuit of peace or the forging of a military alliance? According to reports from Ethioforum, a peace negotiation is currently underway at an undisclosed location in southern Africa, with high-ranking officials from both the Ethiopian government and OLA in attendance. Jal Maaro, representing OLA, has been transported from Welega, Oromia, to the negotiation site with the assistance of IGAD, which is facilitating the talks. The Ethiopian government delegation includes General Getachew Gudina, head of intelligence for the Ethiopian National Defense Force, ENDF. This negotiation, characterized as a final negotiation by the Prosperity government, is significant and complex. The involvement of IGAD as the mediator adds an additional layer of regional influence to the process. The transportation of Jal Maaro, a requirement set by the Ethiopian government, indicates the gravity and strategic importance attached to these talks. The backstory of this negotiation traces back to a meeting in early September, where Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Demek Mekonnen Hassan outlined the government's approach to handling conflicts with groups like Fano and OLA. The plan included escalating the war in the Amhara region while simultaneously pursuing negotiations with OLA. The commencement of these talks aligns with the outlined strategy, especially considering the recent military escalation by the Ethiopian government in Amhara. The motivations behind these negotiations appear multifaceted. Abiy Ahmed Ali, in private conversations, has emphasized the necessity for Oromos to support his government to prevent a potential loss of power. There's a perceived urgency to unite Oromos and solidify support from influential groups like OLA to bolster the government's position in the ongoing conflict. The potential escalation of the civil war into an ethnic conflict between Amhara and Oromo communities is a cause for grave concern. Such a development could have far-reaching consequences, jeopardizing the stability and unity of Ethiopia. As the country operates under an ethnic-based constitution, the ethnic composition of the negotiating team becomes a notable factor. It includes Abiy Ahmed, Oromo, General Getachew Gudina, Oromo, Jal Maaro, Oromo, and IGAD mediator Workneh Gebeyehu, Oromo, and member of the Prosperity Party. The Ethiopian government's actions since the Pretoria Agreement have been marked by a full-scale war on Amharas, deploying the entire army to the Amhara region to confront Fano forces. Simultaneously, negotiations with OLA, a group that had previously allied with the TPLF, are underway. Reports suggesting the establishment of a military camp in Adigrat, Tigray, for Eritrean opposition groups raise concerns about potential geopolitical implications and the risk of regional destabilization. The situation is highly fluid and presents a complex web of political, military, and ethnic dynamics. Monitoring developments closely and discerning the true nature of these negotiations is paramount for understanding the trajectory of Ethiopia's future and the potential impacts on regional stability.